Good Thursday morning. What's up, everybody? Y'all get on in this room. It's another edition of the Faith Room.
Come
What's up,
on.
Pastor Richard? What's up?
What's good? What's good, Pastor
Hey,
Cherie? We here. We are here. I believe
in
you
this
said it's Thursday, right?
Thursday, a thankful Thursday. Let me declare
Thankful
my day.
Thursday. Listen, we are excited to be here as always. We anticipate. We come with a spirit of expectation and anticipation.
And anticipation. Come on.
Yeah, that God is going to speak to us, but God has been faithful with the faith room, and
Oh,
these
yeah.
sessions are always amazing. They're life changing. We've seen so many testimonies from people
Okay.
saying that it's what God has purposed. So, listen, y'all, we see people coming on in. Good morning, Tori.
Coming in. When I get through cleaning my glasses, I put them up. They're still not clean as I need them to be. All right. What's up, Tori? Carolita. What's up, Litriana? Stephanie Long. Tori says it is a thriving,
Thriving,
thankful Thursday.
thriving, thankful Thursday.
Yes,
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 I
yes.
love that.
Good morning, Katrina.
Y'all know what to do. We speak and declare your day.
It,
And y'all know the power of the tag, the power of the share button. Let's
it's
make it happen. Good
amazing.
morning, Tia.
Amazing.
Miss Pearlie is in.
She said it. He did it again.
Come
Yeah.
on. He
Keeps
did it,
on doing great things.
he did it again. He did it again. We can start with he just woke me up this morning. That's what we
Come on,
used to
that's the
say.
first thing. If
I
you
don't know
ain't
how
got
you grew
nothing
up.
else, if nothing else excites you, he woke you up.
Listen. What's going on, Corinthia? I'm in the building.
He is in the
Yes.
building.
They pulled me off the bench. They allowed me to get in the game today.
Oh, Lord. Good morning, Jason Lovelace. Alitriana, how are you two doing this morning? Not sure if I've seen anyone ask you how you're doing. I'm great.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. We appreciate that. God
Awesome.
is good. God is good.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning, Katina.
My friend
Sherry
Katina.
Hall.
Good morning. Sherry. She is, you know what? I didn't realize she is such an amazing photographer.
Yes. I think that's her gift.
And,
I don't
and
know if she's the official photographer for Greater Life or not, but she captures
she
so many.
captures. Yes, she
Yeah.
captures. And so, yeah, Sherry, thank you for all that you do.
Yes.
Good morning, Roxy.
Janice Marie.
Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Yes, yes.
Good morning, Jazzy.
Good morning.
Very
Hey,
thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely. You keep doing what God has gifted you to do and purposed you to do.
Yeah. And I can tell she does it because she likes to do it, not because she's getting a check. Like
Right.
sometimes you can tell.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, you really can. You can tell when something is somebody's passion. They don't need to
Mhm.
be told. They don't need to be asked. They just jump in.
But that's it. Good morning, y'all. Y'all come on in. You know the order. Of course, you come in and speak. He's already stated, and we declare our day. What kind of day are you purposing to have? And then start tagging and sharing. As a matter of fact, let me do that. Let me.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do the same. Let me share this. Let me share this.
Let's see here. Good morning, Susan Lawrence. Good morning. Uh,
Good morning.
Renee.
I believe it's Dyer Turner on
Diary
YouTube.
Turner.
Sometimes, and I know y'all are good at this. I forget, Pastor
Right.
Sharita, we got a whole family on
Whole
YouTube.
other audience. Yes.
Yeah. So to our YouTube family, shout out. We love you. Y'all, thank you for your comments. Every now and then I would jump on over to the YouTube platform when I wanted to remain an incognito.
Yeah. That's the place to go. That's the place to go. And so Lay said yesterday, now they can share hearts over there.
Oh, okay. Come on now, YouTube.
They're coming on. Good morning. There's someone else on YouTube. Hey, y'all, listen, if you're a first timer, whether you're over here on the over on Facebook or YouTube, do us a favor and type the number 1 so that we'll know it's your first time, and then type where you're watching from. We want to celebrate you, and we want to see how far our reach goes as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to see that. We want to see. I loved when we were in Atlanta and to see people from Florida, from Ohio, from different places all over, all over the country, just descending on Atlanta. But it just showed the reach that God has allowed for the faith room.
Maryland. It's almost like we expect the people from San Diego. We expect the Little Rock people, but it's just to see the people from other places make their way to the meetup. That was so amazing.
Right. Matthew said it's a day to stay in bed. Okay, Matt.
Must be nice.
See, in San Diego, it's one of those. It's one of those overcast kind of days. So, if he's in San Diego, I understand.
I think we're gonna get some rain later today. I think that's what I just heard on the news. But it's been like in the 90s here. And of course, our weather, 90s is quite different from you guys because we got the humidity to go.
Right.
So yeah, go figure.
I saw my friend tell my buddy Deacon Darden that I said hi. Shimmy said her dad told me to say yeah. So we used to attend church together years ago. We grew up in the same church. So yeah, her father's a great man.
Awesome. Good morning, sir. I don't know if he's watching or if he's just within earshot, but good morning.
Absolutely. Tell him to start tuning in to the faith room.
That's it. Good morning, Jamon. It's a Get It Right Thursday.
Come on, Jamon. That's my dude right there.
Right. Yeah, Jamon is pretty cool.
Man, let me tell you, Pastor Sheree, I was in Atlanta. I was sitting in my room, just relaxing. I get a call. It's Jermon checking on me, making sure. He said, bro, you need to get something to eat. I'll come get you.
Oh,
you good. And that really meant a lot. Because I was relaxing. I was, sometimes you go somewhere, you just want to relax. But just the thought that he thought about, hey, let me make sure Pastor Rich is good. So yeah, I appreciate that, sir.
And then we called checking on him. And like, where's Jermon? Where is he? We don't see him outside of being at the church.
Right.
But he said he was cool.
Listen, that's Faith Room family right there.
Yeah. Some staples. Some are staples.
Good morning, Renee. Y'all coming on in.
I haven't seen any first timers. Have you?
I have not.
Okay.
Y'all make sure. Let us know if we missed it. Catch it. Let us catch it. That we want to celebrate and recognize our first timers.
Maybe everybody's. I know. I agree, Tamika. Jermon is amazing. He's amazing. Good morning, Miss Gwen.
Miss Gwen Rose Kelly.
Good morning, Apostle. What's up?
What's good? What's good, Apostle? Now, we used Miss Gwen's question of the day yesterday. So Faith Room, y'all have an opportunity. Look at the opportunities being presented to y'all that we
want your help.
You get to be an active participant in the Faith Room. And I love how you did it. I caught it. You made sure when you submit it, you outline and type in the question, you put her name on there.
Her name on there.
I love that.
Credit. Yeah.
It's the little thing. Yes, it's those little things.
To you buy.
No, I love that. Jermaine, what's good?
Yeah.
Man, he gave a powerful testimony.
That's powerful recap at the meetup from the barbershop.
My man.
Yeah, seems like it was a pretty good session,
God did bless. He did.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's all we wanted was people to be blessed, and for God to word our mouths to say what He wanted us to say. And it appears that it happened in all the breakouts.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Lay Reed over on YouTube in YouTube land.
Regulating over there. Good morning, Diane Miller. Good morning. There it is. No drama, no mess, no stress. What's up, my friend? JoJo, what's up, girl? She's from Arkansas.
Okay. All right.
Jojo, are you a first timer in the room? If so, let us know. Type the number 1 and we're going to love on you today. I don't think I've ever seen you in here. So type the number 1. She's a teacher. So are y'all out of school now? Jojo? Salute. I want to salute all teachers because y'all are significantly underpaid for the stuff y'all got to deal with. I think I got out just in time. Lord have mercy.
Now, how long were you a teacher?
I taught for about, it wasn't long. I taught at a charter school. It was probably about 5 or 6 years. And then I went full time into radio.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's the reason why I quit, because I was offered a job as program director for one of our gospel stations here. And radio was more my passion than that. But yeah.
Well, God, he certainly, like you said, moved you out at the right time.
At the right time, because I was down, and I was at an inner city school, but I think the kids, I mean, they try you, but it's nothing like it is today. But they love you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, contrary to what people say, kids want structure.
I agree.
They want structure. So they knew Miss Evans wasn't going. I ain't playing with y'all. I play with you, but we know when to shift gears, and so they respected that. Like, they didn't even want to leave. Can I stay in here for my next class? No, you cannot.
Wow.
Please go to your next. Please go. So yeah. All right, y'all welcome JoJo to the room. This is her first time.
Wow, JoJo, welcome. We celebrate you.
I knew I loved you, Pastor Cherie. Radio is my passion. Are you a radio announcer? Yeah. I really wanted to be a news reporter, but it didn't happen. So I went into radio. And so that's where I spent many of my years in radio. Matter of fact, that's how I met Neil Scoggins. We did I interned on the show he was on. Wow.
Well, we celebrate the teachers, we celebrate the instructors, we celebrate all the folks that are connected to the educational system. It is a different world. And when there was a thing, Pastor Cherie, called a paddle.
Yes, sir.
When I was in elementary school.
Absolutely.
And the paddle would get you right.
He said, act right. Come on now.
And those days are long gone. They can't even hardly.
Oh yeah, you can't hit them. If they hit you, you can't hit them back.
Right.
That's how I know I don't belong in there.
That right there.
Just go before I hit. Let me go pull the intercom. Y'all go and call the police because I'm getting ready to go to jail.
Listen, I don't know if you saw. It was some video I saw. A teacher packing up her stuff. Just packed up her purse, packed up all her stuff. Said, "I'm out of here. I'm done."
Y'all don't pay. You ain't paying me enough to do this. If my own child ain't doing this to me, your child ain't finna come to the school and talk crazy and put their hands on me. No, dog.
And some of the instructors and teachers I know, not only are they not being paid enough, they are putting in their own money to purchase supplies and make sure that Bishop J gonna hit me with how old I am. Thank you, Jakari.
That's the paddle, I guess.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, they invest their own money.
Yeah.
To make sure our kids are doing what they need to do. Let's see, I almost caught a case for second grade.
Yeah, these little kids be talking mad noise.
He said a second grader.
Tell me what they ain't gonna do and what you need to do. You sure right. Let me get my stuff and go home. I never experienced the paddle. However, I experienced my daddy knowing most of my teachers, the staff, and principals talk about I couldn't get away with nothing. You hear me?
Right.
Honey, listen. My mama was a teacher, so I was scared to act a fool. So yeah, it's the connection. Everybody know everybody. I'm gonna tell your mom. I'm gonna tell you all of that. But now I will say, in my first primary, elementary school, I went to private school. Now I did. I met the paddle.
Okay, well, come on, private school.
I met the paddle.
Wait, so wait, I was going to say, was it the mouth?
It won't stop talking. Won't stop. And then I used to bring makeup to school. My daddy used to work at Maybelline. And so
Okay.
I always had extra makeup at home, but it wasn't for me. I would go in their room. I knew where the stash was. And so I would take makeup to school and put it on other children.
Lord.
And then their parents would call up to the school. Who is Sheree?
Doing makeovers.
So yeah, I've always been a hoot, y'all. I have always, like, I would try to sneak out of the house with makeup on, and so I would put on like brown eyeshadow, thinking my mama can't see it. And so she was like, "If you don't get in there looking like a dead woman," I had a whole bunch of brown. Get in there and get that out your face.
Oh,
like
not the dead woman. Like they didn't prep you for the casket.
Yes. Y'all, a mess.
That's
so anyway, we're just reminiscing. But yeah, shout out to all the teachers. Yeah.
And congratulations to all the graduates. We know a lot of graduations are happening right now, from doctorates to kindergarten. Y'all, congratulations.
Yes, it's sharp. I caught the paddle one good time at Kit Carson Elementary, and that did it for me.
Yes, sir.
It only takes one time.
But Pastor Sheree, that was when we really embraced our culture, really embraced that the village, it takes a village. Yes. That's why you could have your neighbor, call, and your neighbor could tell your neighbor. Some neighbors could even spank. It was the village raising that child. So we looked out. Now you can't hardly say nothing to a kid. You
can't say nothing. There was if we said something smart back to a grown person and then they told our parents,
right,
you can count it a lost day because you finna get it. Number one, because you're down there being disrespectful. Number two, because you shaming me.
Right.
Like I ain't raising you, I ain't teaching you nothing. So yeah.
I saw something yesterday that was powerful, and I believe there's some truth to it. And I can't remember who said it, but he said, he was talking about attending church, and he said, what you make optional, your next generation finds unnecessary.
Wow.
And my generation X, we felt we went to church so much that we wanted to offer balance, and so we made church optional, and now this what you made optional they find ain't even necessary.
Unnecessary. That's why we're now at a place where there is a whole generation that doesn't even know the Lord. At least in our generation, you could count on some grandparents or aunts and uncles know God, but we got a whole generation that don't nobody know him.
Going to church was not optional. You was going to church. I don't care if you didn't like it. You were going to church. It was, but what you make optional, the next generation finds unnecessary.
Think about it. Think about funerals. Don't nobody go to funerals no more. Do you remember when somebody died in your family? Everybody in the family is making their way to the funeral.
They ain't coming. That still blows my mind to see funerals, and I'm thinking, wow. The son. What do you mean the child isn't? The son is here. What do you mean the brother ain't here? How is that possible? Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely right.
Oh Lord, the day we living in. Ooh, he is soon to come. That's all I'm gonna say. He is soon to come. So are y'all ready? I didn't see. We had one first timer, and that was JoJo. Everybody, welcome to JoJo. She's from right here in Arkansas. But are y'all ready to jam for the lamb? We're gonna go
ahead.
Come
on, y'all. Come
question
on.
Of the day going, and we'll see what happens. Here we go.
Yo, Faith Room, what's mine, man?
got to do Nate. Do the part I like. Now I got to
don't pay attention. Woo! Yeah, please. Speaking of Pastor Nate, we pray for safe travels for him. He is actually headed this way he's on the tour with his book.
Yes.
So pray for safe travel. I'm not sure. I don't remember what church he'll be at, but pray for the success of that seminar, whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So this one is inspired by a radio show I was listening to yesterday, and the discussion was really good. What is your all-time favorite cookie? What is your all-time that cookie that you can always? Somebody said oatmeal raisin. Okay. I think for me, I like shortbread cookies.
Oh,
butter cookies.
All those butter cookies hit.
Nutter butters. Okay. Chocolate chip, tea cake, snickerdoodle. Oh, I love baking snickerdoodle. Just make your house smell so good. Macadamia, wagon wheel. Why do I know that? I don't.
Is that the chocolate with the kind of marshmallow inside? Is that the one? Or I'm thinking pinwheel.
Oatmeal, the iced ones. Okay, Z. Yep, those are good. Oatmeal raisins with walnuts.
Yes.
Oatmeal raisins, sugar cookies, lunchroom butter cookie. Yes, Queen.
Come on.
From the cafeteria, them sugar cookies, them butter cookies. I was like, you want your cookie? You want your cookie?
Right.
TK cookies. Lorna Doones. Yep, that's like a shortbread.
That's a shortbread.
Chewy chocolate chip with pecans, sugar cookies, oatmeal raisins, and them Girl Scout mint cookies. Mint and chocolate don't go together to me. Homemade chocolate chips with pecans, iced oatmeal, pecan sandies. Y'all remember them? Okay. I think, isn't that like a shortbread cookie with pecans in it?
Yeah, it's got that taste.
Vanilla wafers.
Oh wow.
Gotta be Jackson. Y'all, they don't make them no more. Lemon Girl Scouts. Walker's shortbread cookies, thin mints, oatmeal with pecans. Mother's English tea. Johnson, I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
I know which ones those are. Yeah.
Shortbread, white chocolate macadamia, old school peanut butter wafers, chocolate chip with extra nuts, Durango cookies, lemon, chocolate chip, the lemon jumbo Jackson cookies that no longer are made anymore. I don't know what happened with Jackson Cookie Company. You know, that was right here in North Little Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yep. For when I was a child, I don't know why I thought my daddy worked there, just because our last name was Jackson, I guess. I was just a child. Lemon Jackson cookies were the best. They was busting. Don't think they don't make them no more. Oatmeal raisin, lemon Jackson lemon cookies. Everybody's talking about those, but they can't get them no more. The lunchroom butter cookies, salted caramel cookies. Yeah, you can smell them all over the city. The cookies.
Really?
Good old days. Yep. Okay, so I don't know. It sounds like oatmeal raisin kind of won this one.
I'm a chocolate chip.
Any kind, or do you have a particular? And do you like chewy? I mean, not. Is it chewy or soft?
Yeah, I prefer soft.
The soft
chocolate chip cookies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I love the shortbread, but now I'm a fan of those Biscoff biscuits.
So is my wife, Lady Rose. She would buy boxes of those.
Honey.
Yeah.
So much. Look, I'm hounding somebody because I gave those away as part of my gift with the coffee mug for the ladies.
Right.
Conversation, and they had some left over. I'm hounding the person. Where's my cookies at?
Where's my cookies?
So I'm going to her. She was supposed to give them to me at church last night. She left before I got to her. I told her today, I'm coming to your job. On my way to work, I'm gonna stop by your job.
I'm coming for the cookies, right?
Bring me my stuff.
If I'm correct, is it Delta Airlines?
Delta Airlines, yes. Yes, indeed.
You said yes, indeed. Give me my cookies.
Run me my cookies.
Right. I'm staying up.
I bought over the amount I needed on purpose.
Wow.
So that I wanted to have them in my room at the meetup. It didn't happen. So, all right. Well, good deal. Good deal. Yes, with coffee. That's why I gave them away with the mug, because they pair well with coffee and with tea.
That was a good question. That was a good question.
All right. Let's get to the matter at hand. Thank y'all so much for participating with the question of the day. Now, as you know, we have been talking all week about overstepping your boundaries when it just goes too far.
Yeah.
It goes too far. Let me just do a quick recap, and then I'm going to turn it over to Pastor Richard. Of course, a boundary. What is a boundary? A boundary is simply a line that marks the limits of an area. It's a dividing line. This is my limit. I'm not going any further, and I'm not going to allow anyone else to go any further than where this line is drawn. Let's see. Where do I want to go? What does overstepping your boundaries mean? What does that mean? When we say somebody's overstepping boundaries, it means doing something that goes beyond the lines of what you allow. It could be invading your personal space or getting you to do something you don't want to do. When somebody oversteps your boundaries, you can recognize it by the feeling of discomfort that you get. You don't have a good feeling about it. Why? Because then I don't want to do it.
Right.
It causes you to feel uncomfortable with their disrespectful, intimidating, pushy, and nosy behavior. And so we went over some different ways of what it looks like. Yesterday we talked about the overstepping physical boundaries, emotional boundaries. What else? Mental boundaries, material boundaries,
intellectual boundaries. That was good. Yeah.
And so there are several ways. And again, I want us, even as Pastor Richard is sharing with us today, I want us to make sure we're good on both sides of that boundary line.
That part.
So today, Pastor Richard, I'm going to turn it over to you, and then y'all listen well, get your notes, get ready to take notes, because this is going to be good. Pastor Richard, it's on you.
Yes. Well, first and foremost, as most of us do when we come on here, we just want to say how honored and humbled we are just by the opportunity. It takes trust to allow someone to come on your platform. You and Pastor Nate have been blessed to develop this platform, and it is reaching thousands nationwide, internationally, I believe. And so just the honor to come on and be a part of this is not taken lightly. I don't esteem it lightly. So I definitely got to thank you and Pastor Nate for that. These sessions thus far have been wonderful. I'm sure everybody is. Just the discussion, I could see the comments going on. As the pastor of comments, I could monitor the comments, and I could see that it was resonating with people. Because we all have those boundaries, and we have those people that overstep boundaries. But Pastor Cherie, I love what you said when you said, let's not always put ourselves in the place of the victim, the martyr, the hero, because sometimes we're the villain.
Correct.
We're the offender.
Yes, sir.
We're the overstepper. So listen, y'all, we got to make sure we recognize sometimes ourselves in what we're talking about on here. And I did see some people saying, that was me. Oh, Lord, help me, Lord.
Baby,
we start talking about overstepping our boundaries in our children's lives, right? Where we as parents, listen, we feel entitled. That's my child. I'm going to say, I'm going to do. We started with I think y'all mentioned the disclaimer of listen, I know you didn't ask.
I may be out of order,
but and no, you are. You are. The fact that you said it lets us know you understand that you are overstepping your boundaries. So I thought that was wonderful. I thought that it would be important also to recognize and highlight, here it is, y'all, that boundaries are biblical. That boundaries are biblical. And if we read and take note from Genesis to Revelation, we even see God had boundaries. Even God set boundaries. And so I just want to share very briefly a few scriptures that kind of highlight this concept of boundaries and that boundaries are biblical. Let's start, y'all, with the boundaries of creation.
All right.
Genesis, the first chapter, verse 3 and 6, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation version. And then it reads, then God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he did what, y'all? Separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day and the darkness night. And evening passed and the morning came, marking the first day. Marking the first day. Then God said, let there be a what? A space.
Come on.
Between the waters to separate the waters of the heaven from the waters of the earth. Y'all, we can see in creation that God establishes boundaries. He separates light from darkness. He sets boundaries. He says, let there be a space between the waters. God is establishing boundaries in creation. We can read throughout Genesis, that first chapter, and we see boundaries in creation. Let me ask y'all, anybody ever heard of the law of gravity?
Come on. Yes.
The law of gravity. Do you know what that is? That's a boundary.
Boundary. That's good.
That's a boundary. That means there's certain things you're not going to be able to do. Why? Because God set into place the law of gravity. But then God begins to build laws upon laws. He said, okay, I'm going to set the law of gravity, but then I'm going to set the law of aerodynamics.
Come on now.
that there's a law that if you're able to access, and God gives you the ability that you can supersede another boundary. That, listen, sometimes you have boundaries for one person, but you open another level for somebody else.
Wow.
Everybody can't do what everybody, and that's the mistake we make. Sometimes we see somebody else doing something, and we think, well, I saw them do it, I can do it. No, you're bound by the law of gravity.
Come on.
You stay here and go no further. Listen, the text, the Bible says he set the oceans and told them to go this far.
Come on.
And go no further.
Yeah. Do
you know, even in a tsunami, as far as the waters come up, God's law says at some point you got to recede.
Yes, that's good.
I don't care how far you go. At some point, the water said we got to go back, y'all. We didn't cross the boundaries. The ocean said we didn't cross the boundaries. So we have to understand God has set some things in boundaries. Y'all, do you know the planets themselves, the sun, the moon, the stars? They're bound. They're held in orbit and rotation.
Only feeling all right this morning. That's so good. They can't cross the line.
They can't cross the line, Cherie. They cannot cross the line. They are set. The sun is never going to run into the moon. Why? Because I'm in my lane.
Boundaries are set and respected.
That part. And respected.
Yes.
God has set in motion creation boundaries. Here's what I love about it, Pastor Cherie. Boundaries facilitate order.
Come on now. That's good.
When you set boundaries in your life, it sets order.
Order for your life.
It removes chaos.
That's good.
Without boundaries, let me say this. And I don't know who this is for. I love when preachers say that. I like to say it. I don't know. I don't know. Let me change my voice. I don't know who this is for. But your boundaries are too flexible. People can't figure you out day to day because your boundaries. Oh, let me help somebody. You told him no, he can't come over, but then 2 weeks later, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let you,
Huh? You told him no one day, and then the next night, 2 in the morning, you're talking about what you're doing. What boundary? I'm gonna help somebody this way. Yep. What boundary are you setting? Because people aren't gonna respect your listen, if you got a property line, one day the fence can't be here.
Just keep changing the. Where is the fence today?
I can't figure out where do you not want me to walk?
Ooh, that's good, Pastor Richard.
Where is your lawn, sir? Because you told me don't walk on your grass.
Oh, come on.
Set your boundaries and hold firm to your boundaries. Okay, let's keep going. Pastor Cherie, there was boundaries in the garden.
Come on.
Genesis, the 2nd chapter, verse 15 and 17. It reads, the Lord placed man in the garden of Eden to tend and watch over it, but the Lord God warned him, you may eat freely of the fruit of every tree in the garden, except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. If you eat its fruit, you will surely die. Y'all, we know the story. Many of us know the story. I don't say we all know. Some of us, we this is the patronage where we're learning. So there was this story of this man and woman named Adam and Eve. And God told them they could have everything except, here it is, the boundary was placed around this one tree. Not only did they have a boundary, but they had a warning.
Come on now.
Not only did they have a warning, but they had consequences. Do you know God gives us boundaries and also gives us warnings? And have you ever seen the property and they got that sign up on their property? Trespassers, no trespassing.
No trespassing.
No solicitors. You have warning.
Come on now.
Some people have signs. I don't have a dog. I got a 45. I don't have a dog. I got a 357.
Come on.
Not only do you have a boundary, a sign, but you have a warning, and now you're being told, here are the consequences. Here it is, y'all. When you cross the boundary. Come on, Vanessa. From the very beginning, God set in order
from the beginning
boundaries. I want us to understand, y'all, boundaries are biblical. And oftentimes as believers, as Christians, we feel like, well, we just got to give access to everybody. We just got to, because, you know, kindness and grace and mercy, that's wonderful. We got to have it. Just come on. You can do whatever you want. You want all my money. I'm supposed to be a Christian, so let me give you my money. In fact, take my ATM card, take my debit card. You just go do it. No.
Lord have mercy.
No, y'all. It's boundaries. Pastor Sri, I didn't even put this in my notes, but it just dropped in my mind. The parable of the 10 virgins. 5 wise, 5 foolish. The 5 foolish said, give us your oil. And the 5 wise said, no. We got a boundary here.
Come on.
Here it is. If we give you our oil, we won't have enough.
Come on.
Here's the boundaries. Oh my God.
That's good.
Let's keep moving, Pastor Shereen.
Okay.
There's the boundary of proximity. I love this one. Exodus, 3rd chapter, verse 4 and 5. When the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look. Now, here's the thing. God called him. God called him from the middle of the bush. Moses, Moses. Here I am, Moses replied. Then he sets boundaries. Do not come any closer. The Lord warned. Take off your sandals for the ground, for you are standing on holy ground.
Yeah.
There is a law of proximity, the boundary of proximity. You can only get so close. I'm trying to help somebody. So some people you can only allow to get so close. It's okay to set the boundary of proximity.
Yeah. That's good.
Go ahead, Pastor Shree, jump on in here.
No, I was gonna say that's good stuff. We need to know that there are some people that can you need to allow them only so much access. And don't get guilt tripped into what is it? Negotiating your boundary line.
Ooh, negotiating your boundary. Oh, I like that. Don't negotiate your boundary line. And it doesn't matter how much they want it.
Correct.
That's wonderful. I'm sure Moses wanted to get the very thing that got him to the mountain was curiosity.
Come on.
Can I help somebody? Somebody don't really want to get to you. They just curious.
Say that again, please.
They don't really want to get to you. They just curious about you. They want to get in your business. I want to find out more about you. Tell me about you. What you got going in your life? Who are you talking to? They don't want what you have. They just curious.
Ooh, this is good.
Moses was just curious. He's down in the valley going, I see something burning. What is that? And when he got there, he thought he was just going to walk on up to it, take a look and see what it was. And God told him, don't come no closer,
Don't take another step.
Don't you take another step. Why? Because the ground you stand in is holy. Don't you know you are anointed? Don't y'all know you are anointed? And if you are anointed, you just can't.
Lord have mercy.
You got to protect that anointing. You got to set some boundaries.
Yeah, that's good.
The proximity boundary, y'all. The proximity boundary. Let's keep going. There's a boundary of relationships.
All right.
Numbers, the 12th chapter. I'm trying to show you the God that you serve. Set some things in order, y'all.
Boundaries, yeah.
He set some boundaries. It was biblical.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers 12, 5-9. One of my favorite texts. Then the Lord descended in a pillar of cloud and stood at the entrance of the tabernacle. Aaron and Miriam he called, and they stepped forward, and the Lord said to them, now listen to what I say. If there were prophets among you, I, the Lord, will reveal myself in visions. I would speak to them in dreams. Yeah. But not with my servant Moses. Of all my house, he's the one I trust. I speak to him face to face, clearly, not in riddles. He sees the Lord as he is. So why were you not afraid to criticize my servant Moses? The Lord was very angry with them, and he departed. Some text, some context to this. Aaron, who was the priest. Let's not miss this.
Come on. He's
the priest, the high priest. Miriam, if you study the text, the Bible declares she was a prophetess. Okay, you got the priest and the prophetess. Priest and prophet, who one would think, I got access to God.
Come on.
I got my title.
Come on.
I'm a minister of the Lord in the Lord's church. I got my collar on. I'm the pastor's assistant. I'm this, I'm that. And they had a problem with Moses. There was some other things going on because Moses had married an Ethiopian woman. There was some other stuff going on. But they said, they used as the excuse, God can talk to us just like he talked to Moses.
How many times we done said it?
God can talk to us. Come on. I have a personal relationship with God, right? But God said, I've given you pastors after my heart.
Come on.
He said, I set some things in order. I've given you apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers so they can edify the church. Perfect. So God sets some boundaries in relationships.
Come on.
He told the priest and the prophet, I don't talk to y'all like I talk to him.
Yes. Listen, I love that. I speak to him face to face, clearly, not in riddles. What I say to him, I make sure he got it. He ain't got to wonder.
I'm going to give y'all some dreams. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to come back. You're going to have to fast and meditate and figure this out.
What meaning is this?
But this one right here.
Yes, sir.
I talk to him face to face because there's a boundary of relationship. He and I have a certain kind of relationship that I don't have with y'all.
And it's indicative of the fact that when I speak, he understands the relationship. Whereas I hear from y'all every now and then. That's why you always say, Lord, what meaneth thou this? What is it? You falling around.
Let's add to that. Let's add to that, Pastor Sheree. Not only does he listen, but he obeys.
Come on. That part.
When I say do this, he obeys. So the boundary of relationship, God said, is set in order. There's biblical, there's precedent. So what does that mean for us? That you can have boundaries in relationships.
Come on. You too can have boundaries.
You too. Yes. You too. Because we were created in his image and his likeness. We have his same qualities. So you can have some boundaries in relationships. Just because me and this person go out and have lunch and we have coffee, Pastor Sheree, you don't, when you show up somewhere, you don't have to go out with everybody.
I do not.
You might call Miss Pearlie. You might call, there's a group.
There are certain ones. That's right.
That you said, this is, here it is. This is where you come. Y'all, those out there come no further. You're not just showing up at my hotel room.
That's it.
It's okay to have boundaries in your relationships. Okay. It's absolutely okay. And I love the fact that God even shows that the priest and the prophet, that didn't supersede their title. Here it is. Their title didn't supersede relationship.
Come on. The title didn't supersede the relationship.
The title did not supersede the relationship.
Good. Oh, that's good. Your title did not push you to the front of the line. Your title did not put you in front of me. It's all about relationship.
It's all about relationship.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
when you continue to read that text, it's some things that happened to Miriam. she not only had the warning, but she had to endure the consequences
That's it.
of that. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. So somebody's probably sitting on here and saying, man, that's nice, Pastor Rich. You just been pulling Old Testament, the Old Testament God, the God of the Old Testament. You know, we're under grace and truth. Let me give you Jesus.
Come on, let's talk about Jesus.
Let me give you Jesus. Mark, the 9th chapter, the transfiguration of Jesus. Verse number 5 and 7, it reads, and I love this because Peter, if you study anything about the Bible, Peter being Peter, he starts doing some stuff. And Peter exclaims, Rabbi, it is wonderful for us to be here. Let us make 3 shelters and as memorials for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah. And he said this because he didn't really know what else to say. Well, they were all terrified. Yeah. Then a cloud overshadowed them, and a voice from the cloud said, this is my dearly loved son. Listen to him. Peter, being Peter, feels like this is the opportunity to voice his opinion. You ever have people that just talk because they want to feel silence?
They don't want, yeah.
They just want to feel space. You sit in the room. And you only got about 3 minutes to wait before pastor come in, or the speakers coming in. You just wait. It ain't no more than about 3 to 5 minutes. We just waiting, and that silence,
it kills them, drives them crazy.
Okay, y'all. Well, since we sitting here, I figure out this is the time for us to start.
Read the room.
No, come on, read the room. You all in my notes because Pastor Reed, that's what I actually wrote down here. Read the room.
Well, good. Say it. Say it.
He goes to voice his opinion, and God the Father basically says, shh. Shished him. This ain't the time for you to be talking.
Come on.
And let's say it this way. Some tables you're invited to, you're there to simply observe.
Oh, what are you talking about? Some
rooms that you're invited to, you're there simply to listen and observe. Come on. Somebody said Peter in.
Peter in, honey.
Learn to go into the room and sit and wait. Here it is, to be called on.
Come on. That's so good. That's so good.
You're invited to the room. Observe. Take it in. Oh, read, as Pastor Cherie said, read the room.
Read the room.
Read the room. Some of us feel like our voices have to be heard, and that's where we begin to overstep our boundaries.
Yes,
Pastor Cherie laid it out earlier. Sometimes it's us overstepping, and here it is. And then you wonder why you aren't invited back.
Come on. That's good.
Because you overstepped your boundary.
Ooh, Lord.
Jesus, we see him set boundaries. How do we know? Because oftentimes in the text, he would pull away.
Yeah.
He would go to isolation and tell them, y'all go ahead. I'm about to set a boundary. Y'all go to the other side. I'm setting some boundaries.
Yeah.
Boundaries are biblical, but boundaries are necessary. God established boundaries. He set boundaries. He employs boundaries. And I want us to understand that boundaries are still in effect today. The birds can fly, but then there is a boundary of the heavens.
Come on. You can only go so far.
You can only go so high.
Come on.
There's a boundary. You don't see birds who say, we're going to outer space. We're going to fly to the moon. Because there's a boundary.
That's so good.
And we have to understand there are boundaries set in place. But for God to allow us to supersede. Okay, let me give you more boundaries. There was a man by the name of Nimrod who built a great city. And after the flood, they said, one, let us make a name great. Let us make our own name great. That was the problem. Because you always let God make your name great. You don't make your name great. But they said, let us build a great city and make our name great. And they begin to build this tower, and they
Come on.
said that it will reach heaven.
Heaven.
What they were saying is, we gonna violate the boundaries. We gonna break the boundaries. I heard one scholar say this, Pastor Cherie, that in studying this, that they actually were saying to God, we'll never allow you to kill us like you did before, because the tower was going to provide a means of escape from another flood.
Wow.
That they would be able, just in case God decided, even though he had promised them, I'll never do this again, in man's mind, we're going to build this tower so that if there's ever a flood, we control our destiny.
Wow.
And God said, we read the text, he came down and said, no, this ain't going to work. I've set boundaries. So I'm going to confuse you. Some of us are dealing with confusion because we haven't stayed in our boundaries. You wonder why so much chaos. Let me help somebody. You wonder why so much chaos and confusion and babble is going on in your life.
Come on.
You might want to pull back and say, Lord, what were the boundaries I crossed?
What did I cross?
What were the boundaries? What if I read my word, did I cross some boundaries? See, that's why you got to know your word.
Come on. Come on.
If I know my word, then I know my boundaries.
There you go. It's there. If I know my word, then I know my boundaries.
If I know my word, I know my boundaries. I know where I can go, where I can't go, what I can do, what I can't do. I know my boundaries. But when I don't know, you just walking on people's property.
Walking through people's grass.
Listen, Pastor, you setting up picnics. This is beautiful. It's down there by this pond. Y'all come on. I found a nice location. No, you didn't.
Get out the people's yard with your picnic.
You have crossed some boundaries. Right. Apostle Harris, all over the place.
Everywhere.
All over the place.
In your mind, all over the place.
And here's where we go. And Pastor, I'm done. We can just talk. Here's where we go. And that's why we see so many people doing everything and thinking they can do anything. And they say, I feel like I don't see nothing wrong with this. I feel like God is okay. Well, yeah, because you don't read your word and you don't know the boundaries.
You feel like. Okay.
I feel like, well, I believe God will be okay with this. I believe, well, no, what did you read? Did you read the word? Did you read the signs? Did you read where he outlined? This is what I want.
Jesus.
This is what I demand. This is what I've ordered. For you to be obedient.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Stop trespassing. Y'all, we trespassing. We are trespassing in so many areas of our lives. And it's because we don't know the word. We don't know the boundaries. Jesus. We don't understand that, like Moses, God said, I'm calling you.
Come on. Come on.
I'm calling you. Moses, come here. Come on up here. But stop. Right there. Don't go no further. Come on, somebody said, stay in your lane. Don't go no further. Here's the boundaries. And I just wanted to share with us, because I loved how we set it up this week. But I wanted to make sure that we understand that what Pastor Cherie and Pastor Nate are talking about is biblically rooted.
Yeah.
We need the practical. And I'm a practical, relevant teacher. I always add practical. I'm gonna pull some psychology today for you. Why? Because I know some people that's all they need to hear.
Yeah.
You tell them the Bible said, it's like, you tell them psychology today said, it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, well then so we got to give you Karl Barth, the noted theologian, said a great preacher preaches with the Bible in one hand and a newspaper in the other.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So I just wanted to make sure that we reinforced that boundaries are biblical.
Biblical.
Boundaries are biblical. That's all I got, Pastor Cherie.
Even God.
God.
Let me put it back up there.
Even God set boundaries.
Now, how could you argue with he has made it plain? Pastor Richard just laid it all out. So So I don't even know if people ever thought about it, that even in the creation of separating the waters and the skies and the this from the that, that's boundaries.
Boundaries.
Not being able to, you can have all of this, just don't touch that tree. Boundaries. That's good.
And he set order. In fact, he said each day when you read the text, it was building on one thing, building on another, building on the, and those items, those things he created had boundaries.
Yes.
They had boundaries. God set order. There was chaos. There was darkness and there was void upon the face of the earth. And God came in and set order to chaos. He set boundaries to chaos. And so
that's all boundaries are, is setting order. Imagine a world without boundaries. Now we got boundaries, and it's wilding. So imagine no boundaries. Just like you imagine the world, some of our lives are like that.
Oh,
a life with no boundaries. That just, because if you don't have boundaries, just like anybody can just come in, do what they want to do. Like I love that you out on other people's property having a picnic. But because if there are no boundaries, if there are no property lines, if there's nothing established, because remember I said yesterday, you can't wait until the situation happens to start trying to create boundaries. You need to already have established boundaries in your life so that you will know when they're being crossed. You'll know.
Pastor Cherie, I shared this. I'm gonna share this one little part because the brethren in the barber shop told me, they said, write the book. That's all I kept hearing. Write the book. But I want to share this because I believe it's applicable to what we're talking about as far as relating to boundaries. Growing up, I didn't grow up living in a house. I grew up living in apartments.
Okay.
There might be somebody on here who can relate to this. So I didn't grow up in a house. Not growing up in a house, I didn't learn a lot of the handyman skills that one would have, that you would think you would learn because in your house you got to fix stuff. When you live in an apartment, I got some apartment dwellers on here. You ain't fixing nothing in that. You pay rent. If the toilet don't work, you picking up that phone, calling that manager, calling that building superintendent, come here and fix this. That's what I pay rent for. I don't care if the doorknob latches loose. I ain't fixing nothing. I pay rent to fix it. So growing up with that mindset, I never developed those kind of skills to do certain things. And so my church, we decided one time to partner with Habitat for Humanity. They do some wonderful work.
Yeah,
wonderful work. We partnered with them, and there was a home in San Diego that needed some refurbishing, and we were there, and it was wonderful. And we were building a fence in the backyard, and I'm just excited because I finally I'm holding stuff. What is this? They like, that's a hammer, Pastor Rich. Go and put that down. Go on. What's this? That's a saw. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But my skill level, I was enjoying. I
didn't know that. Yeah.
I get to do some stuff. I feel like I'm working with my hands, and we've started to set the fence. And there's this thing, y'all, called a plumb line. The plumb line, as the contractor, because they had a contractor there to make sure that what we did right. And as we started to set the fence, he comes over and said, "Oh, wait. Where's your plumb line?"
Come on.
I said, what's the plumb line? He said, here. He took took a nail and nailed it into the first fence post. And then he took a string and tied it around that nail and walked it all the way down to where the fence was supposed to end.
Okay.
He said, now that's your plumb line. Now you line up your boards on that string. He said, that ensures, here it is, your boundary straight. I'm here to help somebody. The problem is, it ain't that you don't have a boundary up, your plumb line is off.
Come on. Oh.
People keep violating because your fence, your plumb line, your boundary it starts here, but you've over time, Over time, you've allowed your fence, your boundary to go so far to the right that people keep violating it. They over on you where you thought, now you think you got a boundary. Sure you do, but it's offline.
Listen, I didn't know what it. Listen, I grew up in church, and then now we used to sing some funny. I mean, not funny songs, but they weren't your average congregational songs all the time. And there was a song they used to sing: "Plumb the line, children, plumb the line." That means straighten that thing up.
Straighten it up.
Straight. Straighten it up.
That's what a plumb line is. It makes sure it's straight.
My.
Set your man and have that. Listen, here it is, y'all. Oh, thank you, Lord, thank you, Holy Ghost. Thank God that we had somebody who was there to oversee.
Come on.
Thank God, not only did we have somebody who was there to oversee, but I had a mind to hear and listen.
Yes. Make this
He
real.
saw what I was doing.
Oh.
Said, this fence you about to build is gonna be so off.
Come on.
So
plumb that line.
Plumb that line, children. we gotta be open. Here it is, y'all, for somebody to say, hold on, I'm seeing some in your life.
Come on.
I was watching, I saw you post something on Facebook. What was that? We gotta be open.
All right.
Okay, let me go and say this. I see some of y'all every 2 days you posting a subliminal. I'm so sick of reading your subliminals.
Yeah. Some people, you already know that's all they post. I just go right by their stuff. I don't have the energy.
Go to the person or don't write anything.
That's so good.
Let me repeat that. Y'all call me Uncle Rich. Y'all call me Unc, Big Unc. Listen to your uncle.
Listen.
Go to the person or don't post anything. I'm sick of people making a statement without making a statement. You ever had that? I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. You said everything you needed to say by saying I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Keep my mouth shut.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just keep. I ain't gonna say nothing. You saying it. Oh, I'm Uncle here. I'm Uncle. Uncle Rich is in the room.
Do it.
I don't care if you hurt your little feelings. This ain't my platform. I'm in the comments with y'all. Knock it off.
Whoa.
Set your plumb line.
Stop it.
Have some order in your life.
That's so good.
Because I can't figure you out.
Oh, that's good.
By reading your post. One day you preaching the gospel, the next day you going off.
Cussing.
Pat Lady Z said, nix the subliminals. Nix them. It's messy. It is.
Yeah.
Don't need all that. Call them. Pick them up.
The person you speaking at, they're not even paying attention to you.
They done blocked you and unfollowed you. They ain't even reading your message.
You running us low.
We want you. We like you. We want to support you, but we getting tired of reading that. Set your boundaries.
Sis, go to the dude that did it, or just work through it. I mean, and then look, they won't say it with their words. They go find memes and go find other people's posts and share it.
Listen, y'all. Even God set boundaries. That is my message for today, and I pray it's blessing you. I pray it resonates with you. And yeah, we just go from there.
This was so good.
Wow.
This was so good. Yeah.
That's
Stop it.
I'm done with Vanessa. Listen, knock it off. You got Pastor Cherie. Stop playing, play right. Pastor Rich, knock it off.
Yeah, you need that, and that's listen. He's just helping us plumb the line. Straighten that line up.
We need somebody. You need somebody in your life. And if you don't have somebody in your life, listen, in all seriousness, if you don't have somebody in your life that can come and tell you, check you,
come on,
give you. David was the king, but he had Nathan to come and say, hold on, bro. Let me give you a little story about this man who had a lamb and a sheep. And this man took the one, he had thousands of sheep, but he took the one lamb. David was, he was hot. Said what I would do to that man that ever did that. Nathan said, thou art the man.
You the man.
Yes, you.
Man. Yeah.
We need somebody
Ooh,
in
Lord.
your life. Accountability. Kim Fife will always say to me, Uncle Rich, accountability partner. Accountability partner.
Yeah.
Who's your accountability partner? Who's your person that can say your plumb line is off?
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. I love that you're putting up a boundary. I love that you're doing these things, but
Straighten it up a little bit.
it's off. We gotta have it, y'all.
That looks like, sis. Now, I thought you put a boundary, like you said it earlier. You said you weren't gonna fool with him no more. But now you under his post, kikiing. Right in that lineup. Don't you scooting your boundary line back. You need those people in your life.
Right.
It's not to hurt you, it's to help you. We want you to be better. I need that person.
Here it is, Pastor Sheree. And especially after you share with me all the foolishness.
What happened?
That they did, that they said, that you was crying and we building you back up and we getting you together, we walking, we getting you back in shape, we doing all this stuff, and here you go. Now you, like you said, you kikiing again.
Yeah.
He said, sorry, fellas, you the same. You ain't no different. I ain't messing with her no more. I ain't messing with my baby mama no more. I ain't messing. Now you posting the picture.
Oh.
I thought you were done. What's Lady Z say? Let's get some comments.
She said, but you have to be true and transparent with the accountability partners and not tell them half the truth. Or try to manipulate them to take your side.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh,
that means you don't want no help for real.
You tell your side of the story. You only tell what they said. You never tell what you said. Because Pastor, you ever had somebody tell you a story and you simply going, they didn't just say that by they didn't just say that by themselves. They didn't just
correct. Some don't make sense. Some you leaving something out because who gonna just do that? Something happened. Now is this something you leaving out?
Right. Now. Ain't no way somebody just said that to you. You said something and they responded to that.
Yeah.
What's Kim say?
I'll be like, are you sure you want me as an accountability partner? Because I ain't yesing or sugarcoating the thing. So I mean, you everybody, I think we need that person in our lives that's not afraid of us. Wow. They're not scared of our clapbacks. They're not scared of your face. This is what it is. And if you get mad, it's okay. You've been mad before and you got over it then. You'll get over it this time. I just want you to be better. Pastor Rich with a bonus word. Teach them life lessons, hard truths people need to hear.
Wow.
That's absolutely right. We need
blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to have it. And that ties into order, y'all. That ties into order.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. It ties into order and boundaries. It ties into the boundaries we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, are there any more comments in here? I think they're kind of talking amongst themselves. They're keeping 100.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
The hard truth is it. We need it. You need it. Because we must have boundaries. If not, your life is going to be a reckless mess. It's going to be always in confusion. And so we are pushing create boundaries. And then we're also pushing not to let people overstep them. You're in control of that. Because now you can't control the person, but I can control me. And so if it means, and we'll talk about this tomorrow or later, if it means I have to create distance because you won't respect my boundaries, then so it is.
Oh my God.
Remember, boundaries are about me, not you. So I have to do what works for my life.
Pastor Sheree, you made me think about how oftentimes people will even fortify their boundaries that are already established, that sometimes you have to go back and make sure that the boundaries you set are actually effective, that the boundaries you set are doing what they are intended to do. Okay. And you reminded me of, for those that are in San Diego, you remember this, there was a place, we had a Coca-Cola factory in San Diego. And it was in Southeast San Diego. There was an apartment complex right adjacent to the Coca-Cola factory. If you remember New Jack City, the building they called the Carter, where all the drug stuff and everything went down. Nate, you know, if Nate was here, he would know exactly.
Yeah, he would know.
That's what Fairmont Garden Apartments was like. I lived there. That's where I lived. Fairmont Garden Apartments. Now I'm not proud to say this, but as a little kid, it was a bunch of us. We was heathens. We was running rampant in them apartments. We was knocking on people's doors, throwing eggs. We was doing all kind of craziness. And because the Coca-Cola factory was right next door, I, as a little ringleader, decided to gather all the kids that we gonna make a run for Cokes.
Oh my!
Yeah, I've since repented and asked the Lord for forgiveness. But yeah, Federal and Euclid, yeah. And so they had barbed wire up. But barbed wire didn't mean nothing to us. We knew how to put our hands right in between the little things and climb over. Pastor Sheree, we brought back cases and cases and cases of soda.
Oh.
I wasn't smart. We wasn't smart. My dad didn't play that, so we hid him under the bed. One day he said, "Where are all these sodas coming from?"
I just started drinking soda.
Pastor Sheree, it didn't dawn on us. We running in the house, coming back out with a Coke, running in the house, coming back. Where are the sodas coming from? We thought we was hiding them. So that's another story. That just so we were breaking into the Coca-Cola factory weekly getting sodas. One day we come out and the barbed wire no longer just has barbed wire. Here it is, y'all. It's got razor wire. Now, me being the leader,
mighty God, you got the.
I said, "Oh, we didn't know what this was. Oh, well, let me try." The moment I put my hand up on that razor wire, that was the end of us breaking in to the Coca-Cola factory. Here's what my point is. They fortified their boundaries.
Come on. Thanks to y'all.
Thanks to us. They fortified their boundaries. I'm here to let somebody know you just need sometimes you set boundaries. You're trying to figure out why they keep coming over. You need to go back and assess and fortify
what you already got in place.
What's that mean? You might have to reiterate. Hey, I just want to make sure you understand. Hey, can I talk to you? Can we talk? I just want to make sure you when I said X, Y, and Z, this is what I meant. I want to fortify the boundary line that I set. We have to be able to recognize that we got to fortify some stuff. Man, you made me think about that.
Fortify your boundaries. Every now and then, revisit. Plumb that line and fortify or fortify. Y'all, this has been a good discussion today. So many nuggets you dropped.
Wow.
So many nuggets. And so hopefully you taking notes and that you can recant these and chew on them. And don't just do that, but apply them.
Yes.
Apply this to your life. And it's practical. Like I like what you said. It's practical, but yet it is biblical.
Yeah.
What we presented here is going to be based in faith. The faith room.
The faith room.
Right. So yeah, do this and just remember what you're doing and what we're asking you to do is not something way out. Even God set boundaries. And so if I said I want to be like him, then that's what I need to do. Set boundaries. Don't just, I like how Pastor Nate said it yesterday. Some people believe because they're saved that they got to be a what do you call it? A walking mat or people just walk all over you.
Right.
Don't have a voice. No, you do.
Right.
You have a voice, you have an opinion, and you have control over what, is constituted in your life. So do that. Do that for yourself. Make your life better. No, you're not going to say anything to me. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. You're not going to come to my house when you get ready. You're not going to keep coming to me for money. You're not going to keep getting money from me and not paying it back. At some point, I got to draw the line.
Come on.
You have borrowed money from me 13 times, and neither time. See, I've been a fool. One time was too many. So I'd have been a fool 12 times. So at some point, we got to draw the line and don't allow them to step over it.
What's the old saying? What's that old saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Shame on me.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
If you do it again and the third time, now that's on me. That ain't on you no more. That's on me.
Yeah. And
listen,
we've been
Jesus,
there. I know most of us have been in that place because of the guilt tripping that comes along with it. But at a certain point, you got to start looking out for you. Because guess what? It's clear that they're not going to do it. It's clear they ain't looking out for you.
y'all, I know. We see Jesus and we see him in the role that he is and how he is his kindness and his grace and his mercy and how he was loving. But don't you know Jesus set boundaries for who for followers? There was a rich man who came and said, I want to follow you. What does it take to have eternal life? And I want to be a follower. And Jesus said, this is what you got to do.
Come on.
He set boundaries. He said, follow the law. Oh, the young man was cocky. He said, I've done for my youth up. I got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Sell all you had, give to the poor, and now follow me. He set boundaries.
You can follow me. Come on.
One man said, Lord, I want to follow you, but let me go bury my father. He said, let the dead bury the dead. I'm setting boundaries.
Yeah. That's it.
So boundaries are biblical, y'all. Boundaries are biblical.
It's been a great day. Let me just always give you the opportunity to give if you'd like to sow today. I know Fridays are our normal days when we purpose to sow, but if just by happenstance you want to do it today, here is how you can do it. Our cash tag is $thefaithroom1. Whatever you purpose in your heart, that we don't ask for any particular amount. Now on Fridays we do ask that you, if you can, do a $20 seed. But if you can't, then guess what? I'm not talking to you. I'm asking you to do whatever it is you can do.
Absolutely. Right? And I'll take it, Pastor Cherie, I'm going to take it a step further.
Okay.
Y'all, let's start working on Faith Room Meetup 2024, sowing now.
Come on.
Let's start sowing now. Y'all saw, I'm going to step over the boundary right now. Pastor, I'm gonna step over the boundary right now. I'm gonna stick my foot over it.
Come on.
Y'all saw our hosts, our leaders, having to push as they got down to the end to say, "Come on, y'all, we can do this. If everybody can give this, let's pull the stress off of them, y'all. Let's relieve that. If we start now, by the time next year comes, they're gonna be like, oh, we got it, we good. Budget's made.
Yeah.
In fact, we're gonna add some stuff. Here it is. It's a benefit to us as attendees and constituents of the conference that they make the budget and have overflow, because guess what? That benefits us.
That's right.
So I'm going to step back on this side of the fence now. But I just want to put that out.
It was permitted. All right. Well, listen, if like they say in church, if there be nothing else to claim my attention, maybe I'll stand. It's been a great day again. Thank you so much, Pastor Richard, for sitting in, jumping to the screen with us to hang out with me today. Pastor Nate, again, is traveling. We thank God already for what he's going to do through him and how he's going to word his mouth and the impact he's going to make here in our city, where I happen to be, and just for the success of what that other call God has on him as an author and a facilitator. So we pray now for that success. And I pray that each of you go out and have an amazing day. But most importantly, make sure your day gets to have an amazing you. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same, we'll see you right back here on the Faith Room. Bye now.